And we're live. All right, what's up, everyone? Kawaii here. Welcome to our second Taco 18 Community Podcast. I will once again be the host, and today we're going to talk about what we love from last season and our favorite pilot episodes from the current season. So, without further ado, let's get to it. LC, you're going first, so take it away.
So from last season, my my favorite was. So this is a tough choice for me because it was either Interview with Monster Girls or Interview with Monster Girls. I couldn't really pick between the two. But yeah, no, Interviews with Monster Girls is the only series that I finished from last season. I also watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Senki, but I didn't like that, so I dropped that. So yeah, Interviews with Monster Girls is. It's very different to what I normally watch. I'm normally more of like a kind of violent action show. I like.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, so I watched Interviews with Monster Girls, and it's more of like a light-hearted, fun series. It was a good like change of pace. I do want to watch more shows like that, like that are more light-hearted and fun, and a bit less depressing than the stuff that I normally watch. But yeah, no, it's really fun. I like how all the characters interacted and how they felt really real as well. Yeah, the teacher, the main character, the teacher, felt like really real. Like he reminded me of like a teacher that I had back in school that I'd like speak to all the time and stuff. And
That like genuinely cares about you.
yeah, exactly. And he was a bit more of like a friend as well as a teacher kind of thing. But yeah,
Man,
so that was my huh?
I can only imagine LC's Miami list. You got Berserk, Drifters, and then Interview with Monster Girls.
Yeah, people. That must be so confusing for people like looking at my list.
Like all these violent anime shows, and you got Interview.
Yeah, blood, guts, and little kawaii girls. Just change it up a bit. But yeah, no. So that was the only one I like watched last season. So by default, that was my favorite one.
Yeah, Interview with Monster Girls. That was one. I think that's one of my top three. And I just like love these Monster Girl anime, like Interview with Monster Girls, Monster Musume, because it's interesting how like Monster Girls, non-human girls, can be integrated into human society and learn about the culture and how humans would treat someone that's not human, exactly human. I just find that so interesting and entertaining.
And it had some sort of a message as well, like basically about like discrimination and stuff, at least somewhat.
There's always going to be that issue. I mean, it's human nature. I mean, it's natural for humans to, hate or dislike anything that's different from us, different from them. All right, Marth, you're next.
All right. So I would say that Sangatsu probably doesn't count since it was a carryover last season. So I'll pick Aka for this from last season. It was a show that a lot of people thought was really boring, but I thought that it handled suspense really well for a show that had very little action in it. And I like the way that they handled like what information you know as a viewer versus like what's happening in the background. And then it built up into a reveal that it wasn't like super like violent or whatever as you might expect the political thing to fall out. It kind of made sense with the tone of the show. We're gonna do this in a way that's like it's like kind of it's just a lot of conversations and just really tense for the most part.
I watched the first episode of Aka, and yeah, I found it really boring, so I didn't bother watching the rest.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally get that, and I just it was a show where I was like watching the series, and I felt like at any moment something could like go down, and it almost never did.
Would you
So
say
is it like
that
suspense thriller or kind of show? What kind of show is Aka 13 exactly?
It's kind of I'd say it's like a lot of political suspense, I guess. And there's a lot of like downtime when they're eating food. That's another like thing with the show is like they would go to a bunch of different places and eat food.
Yeah, it was like borderline slice of life, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Would you say that the like midpoint was when it started transitioning a little bit?
Yeah, that's probably fair. Like a lot of the beginning is dry and setting up the districts and the political climate, and then at about midway it starts going to like reveal after reveal or whatever.
All right, so Giro, you're up next.
Yeah, I really liked Kuzo no Honkai because it was a little bit different from the normal romance kind of shows. We got characters that were really dark, and at first you probably weren't like sure that they were all, because some people were nice and some people right off the bat seemed nice, but they totally weren't. And when we got their backstories, we found out how bad the Akari was, for instance.
Mm.
Just that reveal of like what motivates her and how kind of scummy she was, like the title, of course, and just the interactions between the different relationships that they had.
How do you feel about the ending?
Oh well, I don't know. The ending kind of got me mixed, just because like I didn't believe that Akari was going to change at the end, and she acted like she was, but she pretty much told the guy that she was going to cheat on him every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, cool.
It's like,
Yeah,
I'll
so-
mirror you, but I'm going to
Yeah.
cheat on you. Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know if he was just not listening or he's just like so in love with her that he just kind of accepted it.
I think that's like the main reason why he just went along with it.
Yeah.
All right. My favorite would probably be Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, mainly because it's one of those shows where like it is kind of a cute slice of life show, but at the same time, it does it's not afraid to get serious as well, and Kana easily one of the cutest anime characters out there, and like and I really like these kind of shows, like these cute, funny slice of life shows, and I really love the bond between Toru and Kobayashi. In fact, the bond between everybody. Like, and there's so many great characters, so many cute, funny characters. Like, there's not a single dislikable character in the show. And yeah,
What about the
and
dad?
Kyo, dad. I well, I don't dislike him too much. Like, I get he's pretty strict and all, but he wasn't he only appeared until like the end, so he wasn't really that too much of a dislikable character, and he just like he left at near the end, so I didn't dislike him too much. And plus he looked badass, so
Yeah, that show was pretty cool. And there was a lot of
I'm,
acceptance or whatever.
I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
check it out eventually.
Nice.
So yeah, that was our favorite from the last season. Now we're gonna talk about this season, our favorite pilot episodes. So LC, you want to go first again?
I'm probably gonna be really predictable, but I really liked My Hero Academia season 2. This season was kind of like the season of the season 2s. But yeah, that's I think it's mainly because it's a day one dub. I'm a dub person. I'm gonna get loads of hate for that.
Oh, dang.
I much prefer dub, and it's a day one dub, so I watched it straight away.
Get out of this podcast. I might ask Blade to ban you.
Oh, I'm gonna get burnt on a cross or something. Like damn. No, but yeah, it was good. It was really good setup for the rest of the season, I think. And I've read the manga, so I know how it works, and I feel like because they introduced something that is introduced later in the manga, but I think it works better being introduced earlier in the series than it was in the manga. But yeah,
Cool.
so I really liked My Hero season 1, so I'm really liking season 2 so far.
Yeah, I thought the
everybody
second
after
episode. Oh, go ahead.
Smart.
I really thought the second episode was cool too because of how they had Deku going. Okay, I can't use my power, so I have to actually think about things.
Yeah, that whole race ended in episode 3 as well, because they had it finishes in episode 3, doesn't it? And the way he has to try and like overcome all of them without using his quirk was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The way, like the creative ways he comes up with how to do it.
Yeah, I liked how he kind of looked really fierce at that point when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't going to be like the nice
He-
kid and like help everybody out during the race.
Yeah, like he's normally like really friendly and like kind of like a bit of a bitch sometimes, to be honest. Like he cries a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I wasn't too big of a fan of season 1, mainly because like he does cry a lot, and
Mhm.
honestly, to be completely honest, in order for me to fully enjoy anime, I have to like the main character.
Yeah.
And if I don't like the main character, I'm not going to enjoy the rest of the series. So, and I wasn't too big of a fan of Deku.
Mm-hmm. He really does, like, you do see him grow though. Like, yeah, he's still a bit of a bitch, but like he'll do whatever he needs to get past. And what he did at the end of episode 3, I'm not going to say exactly what it was because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But is basically just a big middle finger to everyone to everyone else there, which I quite liked. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So far, in your opinion, how is it compared to season 1? What do you think season 2 is compared to season 1?
It's looking like it's going to be better than season 1. The thing is with season 1, it started off really slow for me and only really picked up halfway through. Whereas this one's already picked up straight away at episode 2, and it just seems like it's going to get better and better as the season goes on. So I'm excited for that.
Huh. Yeah, I might need to pick it back up again. My Hero.
Yeah, no, if you like Shonen, you definitely should, because it is one of the best ones out there at the moment.
All right, Marth, you're up next.
all right. Only one episode so far, but I really liked the first episode of Suka Suka, the series with an incredibly long name.
Yep.
I just really like the way that it wasn't such like an in-your-face episode. They kind of revealed information to you in a way that was more natural than like a normal series that's just like telling you everything. And I thought that the way that they handled like the scenes and the music and how they went together made more sense than a lot of other shows. And it's set up like, if you don't know the story, it's like some post-apocalyptic world where humans have been taken out or something. And the main character is like one of the remaining humans, and he's tasked with taking care of a group of 5 or so girls that are actually like weapons. And they haven't like really shown where they're going with it yet, but honestly, with the way that they started, it could go really dark, or it could go like kind of cutesy, and I feel like either way would be fine.
It also has one of the most godly soundtracks of this season.
Yeah, that was crazy. And they went into Scarborough Fair, which was awesome.
Oh my god, I played that on repeat like so many times. And I heard this show is gonna be like, it's gonna be tragic. It's gonna emotionally break you later on.
It sounds awesome, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, did you guys notice how many like of those like kid leprechauns are at the like ending credits? Like if they're all gonna like be in like some crazy battle. It's gonna be really hard to watch. I think.
Oh, I don't want any of them to die if that were to happen. So yeah, for those of you who watch live reactions, you're probably gonna watch people suffer, including me.
Can I just point out, Marth, is someone smashing plates in like wherever you are?
Yeah, man, my roommate's doing dishes.
Oh. All right, Giro.
I thought it was like
Yeah, I really liked Recreators this season. Just like how all the anime characters come to life, and you have, I guess, in this recent episode, they revealed that there was like a game character. Well, I guess also the magic user too. But I really liked how, all these characters come to life, and the main character's kind of dealing with like, okay, these are people that I admire and stuff, and they're like right in front of me, and how they interact in like the real world. Like the whole scene where like they're just at like a McDonald's eating food, and she's trying to explain stuff while she's eating. It's just really, really funny, certain scenes, but also really serious. And I really like the battles and the visuals. Just how we were talking about the openings from that last show, this one's really great too.
Sawano, man. Hashtag Sawano is a god.
Yeah.
Actually, I almost missed out on Recreators. But then, like, I heard a lot of people saying it was really great, so I gave it a shot, and oh my god, I was enlightened. Especially by Sawano.
Yeah, I mean, like the shows that Sawano's done soundtracks before have been like hit or miss for me sometimes, but yeah, I wasn't expecting to like the show as much as I did. The second episode I wasn't so sure about in the beginning, but then they introduced the magical girl, and I thought it started getting really funny from there. Because she's like has no idea how her powers work in the real world.
Yeah, and here's another question that I have. So if the characters are like anime characters or game characters brought back to life, do they look human to the MC or what? What do you guys think?
It looks like they're human to them. So
Yeah, it seems like
kind of see how they react, especially like I think it was the anime creator. He was kind of shocked when he saw her.
Right. Yeah.
I think that would make sense. All right, since Gero already said Recreators, I was about to say Recreators too, but I think since you already said that, I might have to pick something different. This might seem a bit controversial. This might be a bit of a controversial opinion, but I really like Clockwork Planet's first episode. Like, I can kind of see, like, a lot of people are saying it's generic, it's cliche, but I don't know. I like the whole steampunk world that's building, and I like there were quite a bit of action scenes and comedic elements to the first episode that kind of drew me in, kind of got me hooked, but it is kind of unfortunate that it did garner a lot of hate. Also heard it's from the same creators, No Game No Life, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the problem that I generally had with it was I was expecting the story to go in a different direction than it did. The synopsis built a world that looked interesting, like this, this whole world is destroyed, we must rebuild it, and like it could have gone in a lot of like world focused directions, I guess. And it kind of just became a fairly typical story, I guess, from there. I can understand like really liking the characters though, because I think that the characters that were introduced had a lot going on for them, and yeah, I totally get like the liking the world and stuff.
Do you guys think like the animation was different for the characters versus the background? Like a little bit more detailed for the backgrounds versus the characters themselves.
That might be true. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be true, but I don't really mind that. I thought the animation was just fine, in my opinion.
I mean, kind of makes the characters stand out a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, I
True.
mean,
They're animated slightly differently.
I think I noticed the characters being animated
Temperature.
weirdly, but I don't think I was paying attention to the background.
Just trying to make excuses for the show here.
Well, I mean, like the first episode, it kind of was distracting, but like by the second one, I was cool with it.
Sure.
You just gotta get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, it did have some cliches, but I mean, it doesn't mean it's completely terrible. That doesn't mean it's unwatchable.
It's not unwatchable. Yeah.
I mean, like I heard people were saying it was the next Handshakers. Get the fuck out of here.
No, that's totally off. It's good.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, Clockwork Planet's not that bad.
I want to watch Handshakers just to like torture myself.
Because you're a masochist.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I've heard nothing but bad things. I kind of want to get a bunch of people on Rabbit and just laugh at it.
Yeah, Berserk 2016 Handshakers, man. You really wanna hurt yourself, go watch those two series. But yeah, I think that just about does it. Anything else you guys want to add?
Please don't hate me for liking Dub. Please. Don't crucify me.
Yeah, everyone go dislike LC's videos after this
don't.
podcast.
Don't say that.
Go on, unfollow him from Twitter.
Yeah, so basically I'm screwed. Thanks for that.
Seems to be.
All right. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. And we'll see you next time.